Approximately $6 billion in revenue is lost by American businesses as a result of decreased worker productivity linked to marriage hardship. Employees in a happy marriage, in contrast, tend to increase a company's bottom line. The word husband is from the Old Norse husbandi, or master of the house, literally house, plus bandi, householder, dweller. The word wife is likely from the Proto-Indo-European root wipe, to turn, twist, wrap, or guive, which has a root meaning shame or pudenda. Married elderly people are more likely to maintain daily health-promoting habits, such as exercising, not smoking, eating breakfast, and having regular medical checkups. One 17th century Massachusetts husband was put in stocks alongside his adulterous wife and her lover, because the community reasoned she wouldn't have strayed if her husband had been fulfilling his marital obligations. The term groom is from the Old English guma, meaning man. 1 in 3 American marriages is low sex or no sex. The cost of an average wedding is $20,000. The cost of an average divorce is $20,000. The Oneida Colony, established in New York in 1848, advocated complex or group marriage, in which every woman was married to every man. They also practiced scientific breeding, where parents were matched by a committee according to physical and mental health. Marriage does more to promote life satisfaction than money, sex, or even children, say Wake Forest University psychologist. The term marriage derives from the Latin word mas, meaning male or masculine. The earliest known use of the word in English dates from the 13th century. Stress associated with divorce affects the body's immune system and its ability to fend off the disease. The health benefits of remarriage are reduced the second and third times. Around 81% of happily married couples said their partners, friends, and family rarely interfered with the relationship, compared to just 38% of unhappy couples. Modern Western marriage traditions have long been shaped by Roman, Hebrew, and Germanic cultures, as well as by doctrines and traditions of the medieval Christian Church, the Protestant Reformation, and the Industrial Revolution. The probability of a first marriage ending in a divorce within 5 years is 20%, but the probability of a premarital cohabitation breaking up within 5 years is 49%. After 10 years, the probability of a first marriage ending is 33%, compared with 62% for cohabitations. The average married couple has sex 58 times per year, or slightly more than once a week. Words form only 7% of our communication with anyone, including spouses. Tone of voice accounts for 38%, and body language is responsible for 55% of the messages spouses receive from each other. The first recorded mention of same-sex marriage occurs in ancient Rome and seems to have occurred without too much debate until Christianity became the official religion. In 1989, Denmark was the first post-Christianity nation to legally recognize same-sex marriage. A marriage ceremony typically ends with a kiss because, in ancient Rome, a kiss was a legal bond that sealed contracts, and marriage was seen as a contract. married people are twice as likely to go to church as unmarried people. A New Woman's Day and AOL Living poll found that 72% of women surveyed have considered leaving their husbands at some point. More than 2 in 5 Catholics marry outside their church, twice as many as in the 1960s. There are at least 1 million Jewish Christian marriages in the U.S. 2 in 5 Muslims in America have chosen non-Muslim spouses. The Talmud is very strict about banning extramarital sex, but also enforcing marital sex. The Talmud even lays out a timetable for how often husbands should rejoice their wives. For men of independent means, every day. For laborers, twice a week. For ass drivers, once a week. For camel drivers, once in 30 days. And for sailors, once in 6 months. Some scholars trace the word bride to the Proto-Indo-European root brew, to cook, brew, make broth. Due to jobs, kids, TV, the internet, hobbies, and home and family responsibilities, the average married couple spends just 4 minutes a day alone together. While couples with children are less likely to divorce than childless couples, the arrival of a new baby is more likely to bring more stress and emotional distance than new happiness. Nearly 90% of couples experienced decrease in marital satisfaction after the birth of their first child. People whose marriage has broken down at the time they are diagnosed with cancer do not live as long as cancer patients who are widowed, have strong marriages, or who have never been married. Birth order can influence whether a marriage succeeds or fails. The most successful marriages are those where the oldest sister of brothers marries the youngest brother of sisters. 2 firstborns, however, tend to be more aggressive and can create higher levels of tension. The highest divorce rates are when an only child marries another only child. Marrying younger than age 25 dramatically raises the divorce risk. Also, the divorce risk is higher when the woman is much older than the man, though the reverse isn't as a strong factor. Adults who are childhood cancer survivors are 20 to 25% less likely to marry compared with their siblings and the general American population.